What's going on, YouTube? This is what Josh do, and we've got a pretty exciting video because I don't know what's in here. This is a surprise unboxing. So, oh, okay. It's a little power station. Compared to like the ones that we've recently checked out, this guy is pretty small as far as the actual like unboxing. So this is the EHOM, power up to 6 devices, 1 AC output, 2 USB-C output, 2 USB-A output, 1 car charger output. This is a 299 watt-hour battery for 350 watts. Not much on this side. Same thing on this side. All right, let's open this thing up and check it out. I'm excited. Basically, I got a lot of emails. Everyone's wanting to send me power stations. And honestly, I'm enjoying collecting them and learning which ones are the best, you know? As far as like recommendations and size and portability and stuff, this one seems very portable so far. It's nice. So it's the EP350 2, 1.25 hours fast charging, 4,000 cycles, so it's got the newer cells in it. And if you get the solar panel, you can charge it with solar. It's pretty awesome. So kind of some more of the same stuff that we saw. And then yeah, cold fusion, less than 35 decibels, 700 watts. Wow. And go from 0 to 80 in 52 minutes. Smart app for customized power. Okay. So far, promising. This was provided to me for free. I'm not being paid to make this video though. So just get that out of the way. All right, we have an accessories box here, which has the instruction manual. Anything that immediately stands out to me on this? We have a whole bunch of data as far as the ranges that it, like how many volts and amps and stuff like that. So the car charger is 126 watts maximum. And then, yeah, so 80% capacity after 4,000 cycles. So they do have an app. You scan the QR code or search Sine in the App Store, iOS, Google Play, Android to download. Enjoy a brand new experience. Control, monitor, customize your device, and update firmware from the app. And it goes over the device, the AC charging, the car charging, user manual, and then what all of the ports do, LEDs and stuff like that. And this just gives you like what each thing means. So like car charger, AC, stuff like that. And it has a little fan indicator, let you know the fan. And then Bluetooth status. Powered on, charge your devices, charge the product. You can charge it in the car, which is pretty awesome. So on a road trip, it'll charge it. So it supports EPS mode. This function is a non-professional UPS function and does not support 0 millisecond switching. Please do not connect to any equipment with high requirements for uninterruptible power supply, such as data servers and workstations. So that's pretty cool. And then it does have a Bluetooth switch on it. It has voice commands. That's kind of funny. I never would have expected that. All right. In here, we've got the cigarette lighter to XT60 for the 126 watts charging. And then we have the power cord. So there you go. There's the power cord that it comes with. All right. And then in here, it's not that heavy. It's just stuck in there. Nothing else there. All right. So here we have the unit. EHOM powered by Sine, EP350 299 watt hours. Immerse yourself in the journey. Output DC socket, light, and then yeah. So on the top here, nothing but the handle. On this side, it says NitroGo, Spurflux, cold fusion. On this side, we have the fan to cool it down because it has an inverter in it. The one outlet, the input for the power, and then we have the XT60 input as well. And then if you mess something up, like trip something, button to reset it. Button for the light, button to turn the AC sockets on. And then on this side, you've got your lots of freaking ports here. So yeah, you got a 100 watt USB-C port here, and then you have a 65 watt, and then you have 2 USB-As, and then you have the 12 volt, so you can power that DC car fridge or that air pump to air up your tires. And then you have more ventilation down here. Then you have a button here for power, a Bluetooth button, a DC button, and then a little screen. So this thing's pretty cool so far. All right, I'm gonna supply this with power by lifting up this little door here and plugging it in. Okay, beeped at me, and there's the light. And then on this screen, we can see the stats, right? So the fan's on, it's waiting on some sort of Bluetooth connection, and then it's inputting at 230 watts right now, and it's at 50% battery. So let me go get my Android phone. So I actually decided to go get my tablet, and I'll just download it on here real quick. It's meant for your phone, but I'm currently recording with said phone, so. All right, so now we're gonna add a device. It found the, and there we go. So a whole bunch of data there. That's pretty sweet. So here it shows the remaining charge time, 57 minutes. It's got 54% power. We can turn on the outputs for AC, the DC, turn them off. Got the USB, all that good stuff. And then the different inputs. So under settings, we can change the name, add a nickname. The AC standby, we can do as short as 30 minutes to 18 hours or never turn off. DC standby, we can go 30 minutes all the way to 18 hours or never turn off. Spur flux, by adjusting the output, so like it'll mess with the voltage and stuff to keep it within the watts. I'm going to turn that off. So charging, this is really cool. If you know you're plugging into something that can't quite supply the 300 watts, you can go here and lower it from 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300. Max brightness, so it's at 30. Change it to 100. Okay, that is pretty bright. That'll be good for outdoors for sure. Voice activated sensor lighting. Screen off time. This is really cool because this depends on like how long the screen's going to stay on. And I always say it every time I make one of these videos. If my power station is on, I want my screen on so that I'm not surprised when it's about to die on me. So you can go as little as 10 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute, 5 minutes, 30 minutes, or never turn off. Standby complete, so 30 minutes to 18 hours or never turn off. And firmware update. So upgrade content matters. And upgrade process, make sure Bluetooth do not lock. So yeah, it doesn't appear that I need any updates or anything. Oh, and then we have that light, and from here we can just drag it low, high, SOS. So that light on this side right here, we can go ahead and change that to low or off or make it SOS. Let's let this thing charge up and we'll be back. Alrighty, so we're outside. This is going to be a test of the sun right there up in the sky, and solar panel going to XT60. That says it has an open voltage of 24 volts. This can accept up to 30. So what we're going to do now is look at the unit, and it's at 30% battery. And then we're going to go to the back here and plug in the XT60 like such, and then spin it around and see if there's any input. And nice. We can see that it's jumping up. I don't know if you will see that. All right, that's impressive. We're getting 150 watts right now of input. So with a 31% battery, if we maintain this amount of sun, it'll be charged in 1.5 hours. That's pretty freaking awesome. Yeah, it says charging via DC. Let me see if I can adjust this panel. All right, I'm physically like holding the panels up, and it's not making any difference at all. It's about 148 watts is going to be what we get right now. So yeah, at this current rate, 1.5 hours, 147 watts. Here's the panels right here, and then the sun is way up there. So exciting, very exciting. This thing can accept up to 200 watts. With either better sun or a better panel, this could be a little bit higher. So we're missing out on about 50 watts potential right now. And this is ideal because the battery, the solar generator, is not getting any sun directly on it. It's staying cool. So hiding it behind the panel is a fantastic idea, where the panel gets all the sun. But just look at that nice little clean setup. That's awesome. 145 watts. All right, so now we have the bed of the truck. So we have the solar panel back here, and we're producing 130 watts in not ideal conditions. Now we can close the bed, and we have our solar panel, and we have our battery, and it's currently charging. All right, we have a different 200 watt panel, and we're gonna try this again. Connect it up to the XT60 input. We're at 35%, and the wind is pretty strong. Could be a lot worse, but it's enough to blow my panels around. Oh, no, 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 right, see, oh. So 103 watts input right now. That one's definitely a lot more difficult to get set up. All right, so I definitely like the other panel. It's a lot quicker to set up, and it was producing more power than this thing is. All right, so I left the doors open to my fridge, freezer, main unit. for the last few minutes now. I wanted to like get some of the cold out of it. What I'm gonna do now is turn on the unit. This has a pretty big load of like, I think 700 to 800 watts when both freezer and fridge try to turn on at the same time. So I don't think that this unit is going to actually be able to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in the refrigerator back here. And then, so it's on. So now we're gonna press the button and turn it around real quick. You can see, oh, yep, the lights turned on for just a second and it tripped the unit. So I'm gonna reach back here and press this button and try to get all this in the shot. So on. And, oh, kicked on for a second. Okay, so it's not able to do that. All right, so I'm gonna do this test again. This time I'm gonna show the app and how much of a load it's trying to draw. And I'm going to remotely turn the AC on in the app here. So let's do this. 3, 2, 1, AC. All right, fridge turns on. Yeah, it was just a little too much for it. Just a little too much for it. All right, and now we're going to do the test with the app here. I'm going to do an overlay. So we're going to press a button and turn the AC on. And you hear the compressor and everything. Both fridge and freezer are currently running. And yeah, it can handle it just fine. Because the unit is like 4 times the cost of the other one. If the other unit could provide that huge like initial startup load, it'd be able to run this just fine because it's only doing, 122 watts. The most I've ever seen is 136 watts. All right, so we have the PlayStation connected to the unit now. So I'm going to turn on the PlayStation. And I have the screen recording of the wattage that's currently happening. And now the PlayStation's on. Oh, I gotta turn the TV on. Now this unit only has 1 port, but also this TV draws 206 watts while it's on. So I would either have to power the PlayStation or the TV. If I use the splitter and try to power both, the PlayStation would try to draw 200 to 300 watts and the TV would be drawing 200 watts. So it just wouldn't work. All right, so using the dashboard, it actually doesn't draw that much power. You'll see that there's currently 83 watts. But if you start up a game, all right, I'm gonna switch over to the thing.
All right, so I'm using the microphone on my PlayStation right now. Might not be the best quality. It's not gonna be the best quality. Maybe I'll just steal the audio from my phone. That might be the better play.
All right, so yeah, we're at the tower. Okay, so I'm just gonna use the audio from the phone. It's probably gonna be better than the one built into the console, but so yeah, we're drawing 230 watts, and for 1 hour, we can do this. For 1 hour. Now, if the power was out, the TV would be the issue. We would need another power unit for the TV because the console and the TV together would be over 400 watts. And this is a small unit. It doesn't have a large battery. The moment you try to draw that much power, it's not going to last nearly as long. You could get a much smaller TV that draws like 30 or 40 watts, and then you'd definitely be able to do 230 that we're doing now, plus an additional, 50 to 70. This TV is just a little too big and, not as energy efficient as it could be. So this unit would also be efficient for a laptop, like a gaming laptop, for example, that draws 200 to 300 watts because you have the laptop's display and you have the laptop's like power. So there's one device and it plugs in. So that would be a good use for this thing, or a small mini fridge that doesn't have, a very high load when the compressors both kick on. Well, that concludes this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. This is what Josh do, and I'm out.